was a Jew who lived in Lublin, who was a real miser. His whole pleasure in life was collecting money and watching the money grow in his bank account. He was such a miser that he wouldn't even spend money on his own family. His poor children, they lived in rags and they ate nothing, and his poor wife, miserable life she had. This guy, all he cared about was collecting money, and he had a lot of it. Things got so bad, the conditions in the house were so bad, and his relationship with his wife was so bad that he couldn't stand her anymore. And he went to the rabbi and he said, "Rabbi, what am I supposed to do? My wife and I, we don't get along. The house is in terrible shape. I don't know what to do." So the rabbi said, "Don't you know? It says in the Talmud, if you don't love your wife, you can divorce her." She says, okay. And the rabbi says, "But 1 second, my friend, a divorce is going to cost you a lot of money." He says, "Oy vey, I don't want to spend any money." He said, "Yeah, you're going to have to give your wife half of your money." He said, "What? Forget it, I'm not divorcing my wife." The rabbi said, "Don't worry, I have a better idea. Everybody knows that if you make a vow, you make a neder, and you don't keep the neder, then your wife is going to die." He said, "Really?" So the rabbi said, "Yeah, here I have an idea. You donate 5 million rubles to the community here in Lublin, and don't pay it. Then your wife will die. Everything will be fine." This Jew said, "Marvelous, this rabbi is a genius. Brilliant." So he goes to shul. He gets to synagogue on Shabbos, on the Sabbath, and he gets an aliyah to the Torah. He gets called up to the Torah, and says the blessings and this and that, and he finishes, and they give him a mishabeach. They give him a special blessing after being called up for the Torah, and he says, "And I promise and I swear to give 5 million rubles to the community of Lublin." They looked at him and they said, "Wow, 5 million rubles." And they said, "And you swear?" And he said, "I swear, I'll give the money." Now usually people say bli neder, without making a vow, without making an obligation. This guy didn't say that. It was a neder, it was a vow. So of course an hour after Shabbos, there's a knock on his door, and the gabbai is there. And he says, "No, where's the 5 million rubles?" So this Jew looks at him and he says, "You think I'm going to give you for my hard-earned money? You think I'm going to give you 5 million rubles? Are you out of your mind? Get out of here! Get out of here and don't even come back again. I don't want to see you anymore." That, he pushes the gabbai out, slams the door closed. Okay, the next morning he wakes up, he's so excited. He looks at his wife and looks at her from every angle to see if maybe something's going wrong with her, if she's not feeling well. On the contrary, his wife looks healthier. She looks better than ever before. He says, okay, maybe it takes a few days. The next day, his wife looks even better than before. And the day after, even better than that. And not only is she looking better, she's looking younger and more beautiful. But this isn't helping him at all. He wanted to kill his wife, and here she's looking amazing. So he goes back to the rabbi. He says, "Rabbi, I did exactly what you said. I made a vow that I'm going to give 5 million rubles to the community. I didn't give the money. I blatantly refused to give the money and didn't do anything that I said I was going to do, and my wife is getting better and better." The rabbi said, "My friend, you completely misunderstood what it says in the Talmud. Why would your wife get ill and die? Because you love her. And if she died, that would be terrible suffering for you. But you don't love your wife. So what would be the point in killing her? That would give you pleasure. So in Shemayim, in heaven, they're making her healthier, because that causes you to suffer." He says, "Oh, Rabbi, this isn't what I wanted. What am I supposed to do now?" He said, "That's not a problem. Start loving your wife. Then she'll get sick and die." He said, "Really? Well, how do I do that?" She said, "Well, why don't on Friday, just before Shabbos, you buy her a beautiful present? Every week you buy her a present and see how things go." So the first week he buys her a dress, and the next week he buys her shoes, and the week after he buys her a beautiful ring, and then he buys her jewelry. This woman is looking at her husband saying, who is this man? What's going on? This isn't my husband. And all of a sudden she starts being nicer to him, and he starts being nicer to her. Before you know it, they fall in love. They've been married for 25 years. And they haven't loved each other probably in 24 of those 25 years. And now they fall in love again. And they're having the time of their lives. They never shared so much love amongst each other, never felt so much warmth for each other. The next morning, his wife wakes up and she says, I'm not feeling so well. She goes to the doctor and they say, that's it. You only have a few days to live. But this Jew is totally heartbroken. Totally heartbroken. He goes back to the rabbi. He says, Rabbi, my wife is dying and I love her so much. What am I supposed to do? The rabbi says, what are we going to do? He said, well, you wanted to kill your wife and she got healthier. Then you wanted to love your wife and she got sicker. So there's only one thing for you to do, my friend. And that's to give over the 5 million rubles. And you know this Jew gave over those 5 million rubles from the sweetest, warmest place in his heart.